I was with a boyfriend of mine who abused me really bad, almost murdered me in front of my children with a knife. And so I just kept doing drugs, and I stayed in a dark room all the time for like a year and a half. I didn't talk.
Alcohol took everything away from me. My marriage, my relationship with my son, my whole family, basically. Friends, my company of 25 years. It's pretty much left me with a little box and absolutely nowhere to go.
I was homeless. I did a lot of things that I was ashamed of. I attached myself to the people that didn't want anything good for me. They wanted to harm me, they wanted to use me and abuse me, and I let them.
I was on prescription drugs and I got into some legal trouble, and my option was I come here and complete the program, or I could go to jail. So thankfully Miss Victoria and Miss Rachel let me come here instead.
Out of the 25 years of my life doing drugs, I would be 110 pounds and in and out of jail several times and living under a bridge or wherever I could. While I was doing drugs the last bout, I said, God, I just don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it.
The Women's Care Center is a place for women who are displaced because of bad decisions that they've made during their addictions.
The program at the Women's Care Center is designed to help the women to not only just be clean and sober, but also to be able to be the mothers and the wives and the women that we believe God's called us to be.
I just wanted to die, and I laid on my floor in my sister's house, and I just fell on my knees and prayed for God to please help me. And my parents got involved, and they started calling here, and I was just really numb to anything. I don't remember getting here. I was on a bus for 2.5 days on the Greyhound bus to come here. So that's what brought me here, is my addiction to methamphetamines.
I actually got on my knees and started praying one night after shaking. But I was praying to God for someone to please come help me. And my friend who attends church here, the First Baptist of Leesburg, she ran right over and she saved me. She literally pulled me out of the situation I was in, brought me to her home, told me about this ministry, set up an interview, and that's how I got here.
I lost my job. I almost lost my daughter. I lost my home. I lost my car. I was in the hospital. I had to have surgery. I was totally sick, and God took away everything in my life that was keeping me from coming here. It was totally His plan for me to be here, and that's where I came.
And when I came in, I was crying. I just cried and cried and cried. And Miss Rachel prayed for me. And that's when the peace came.
The women that come here come from every background, lifestyle that you can possibly imagine.
We know that there's two types of people. There's people who need help and people who want help. And we can't help them just because they need help. We have to help them if they want help. Because if they want help, the first thing that they will allow us to do is to be trusted. They've got to trust us, because we're, like Paul says, we're not just coming to education, we're coming with demonstration. We've been where you are, and we know what it takes, what we have to do daily so that we stay clean and sober and stay focused and do what the Lord requires us to do.
We do interviews with them and find out if are they just wanting somewhere to stay, or are they ready to change their life? Are they willing to surrender their life to Christ? This is Christ-centered, so everything that we teach is God-centered, and we don't turn anyone away. We've had many women who have come in here with no religious background at all, and have gotten saved since they were here. We don't push that, but we know that that's where my passion comes from. Our passion comes from knowing what Christ has done for us, so we can only teach what we know.
When I got here, I made that choice that I wanted to be a Christian woman and stay clean and become a better person and learn how to fight off all the demons in me.
The spiritual foundation at the Women's Christian Care Center is vital to me. It's powerful.
This program has really just opened my eyes to how to fight off just basic life problems with spiritual warfare, and it just gives you hope.
I think that the way that I connect with the women is that I'm constantly reminding them, you know, I'm just Rachel. I'm not here to try to be above you. I'm just here to share with you what God has done for me. And my blessing, my reward is to see them change. I know, because I know the kind of person that I used to be. And I mean, it's amazing to think that God just completely changes you from the inside out. And we get to see what it looks like from a different angle now. And there's not any words to describe how that makes you feel, because we know we're pleasing God by just sharing what He's done for us.
There's always hope. Don't ever think that your case is hopeless, because at one point in my life I thought my case was hopeless. And one thing about this church, not just the ministry at the CCC and the Women's Care Center, but First Baptist Church of Leesburg, the church networks. It's love, and the Bible said that's the only thing that never fails. If you come here and want to change, we're gonna love you.
There's nothing I haven't done. I have every horror story that anybody has, I have it too. And I'm still loved. And I can sit here and say that I'm happy because I know now that God has His purpose for me, and I'm going to make it. I know with everything I've had, and I've never known that in my times of stopping. I always knew deep down I was going to use again. I'm just going to quit for a little while. And I don't feel that anymore. I feel happy and excited and loved and blessed and all of the above.
I've never been as close to God as I am now. So that's pretty awesome.
I'm willing. I keep telling God that I'm willing, and He keeps showing me why this is so much better. I just keep telling Him, God, you know, sometimes I get frustrated and I say, you know, if you'll just show me why I'm doing this, and I'll get blessed or something will happen, and He just shows me how much He loves me, and it's awesome. I have a personal relationship with God now that I didn't have before.
I've seen firsthand miracles here. I feel blessed that I'm here, that I can benefit from this, and I pray other people can too. It's just, I'm so happy to be sober and then filled with the Word at the same time. It's almost too exciting.